to an episode of the 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ. And quick programming, before we jump into the minutia of Raw and Smackdown, there will be no 3 count for 3 count or paper review for next week. Just sorry, I smacked my head earlier and I was making sure I'm not pissing blood over here. Nope, we're good. We're good. Anyway, no 3 count or paper review for next week because I will be on vacation, and it's not, oh, I'm just too lazy to do it. No. This is out of house, out of town, out of state. So I'm away from the camera, I'm away from the editing equipment, I'm away from mainstream and Rodimus. But if you want to hear his opinions on Raw and Smackdown and the network stuff, but you don't want to see his ugly ass face, he has a podcast. What do I know? Wait, no. Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime on the CastBox app. Sorry, what do I know? I'm just a fan. It's his old podcast. Anyway, but yeah. No 3 count or paper review next week. The week after, however, it's going to be 2 episodes of 3 Count Super. It's going to be one on Raw and Smackdown and the other on network stuff. We may have paper review done by then, or ready by then. I'm not going to be watching Stomping Grounds while I'm on vacation because fuck Stomping Grounds. It's so fucking boring. So turn on, damn you. Before we jump into Raw and Smackdown once again, no, never mind. I'll cover that on a different episode. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into Raw. We started the show off with Elias basically naming himself the special guest referee for Rollins and Corbin at Stomping Grounds. I'm trying to just make sure. Yes. Okay. He started the show off, saying how he's special guest referee for for Baron Corbin at Money in the Bank. Sorry, it's just Elias has been playing henchman to a lot of people. It's kind of hard to keep track. Anyway, yeah. He said he was going to be Corbin's special guest referee, and before he could start playing a song, there was the Vigilante, Seth Rollins, breaking a chair over Elias's back. And basically, with the mission statement, if you are in cahoots with Corbin, or you're even seen talking to Corbin, he's going to bust your ass up. To be continued. Next, we had the Fatal 5-Way elimination match for the right to challenge Samoa Joe at Stomping Grounds for the United States title. Now, before the match even kicked off, all 5 men came into the ring and were taking pot shots at Elias. You had Ricochet, The Miz, Booty Lashley, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, and, well, that was it. Anyway, yeah. This was a pretty good match. Cesaro, once again, MVP of whatever match he steps into. He was eliminated pretty early on by Braun Strowman. Lashley was also eliminated by Strowman. Then Cesaro and Lashley double-teamed Braun Strowman and allowed Ricochet to eliminate Braun Strowman. Afterwards, there was a commercial break where apparently in attendance they were given Ricochet and The Miz a chance to, recuperate themselves. Meanwhile, Samoa Joe starts cutting a promo on those guys because, he's at ringside watching the magic unfold. We come back from commercial. Ricochet and The Miz are putting on a clinic in there. However, Ricochet gets the win. He won with his 630, didn't he? Yeah, 630. Thing of beauty. He wins right as he pops up to celebrate. Samoa Joe pops into the ring, tries to put him down with the coquina clutch. However, Ricochet turns the tables and drives Samoa Joe off. Those two will meet at Stomping Grounds for the United States title. Next up, we had Lacey Evans confronting my sexy future ex-wife. And Lacey Evans was pretty dumb for this one because she walked right into Becky Lynch's yard, and Becky Lynch just proceeded to beat the shit out of her. Real smart, lady of NXT. Real smart. Next up, we had the War Viking Experience Raiders, whatever the fuck you want to call them. We had them finally showing up after weeks of disappearing to take on some jobber team named Russ and Randy. You know, made quick work of them. They cut away to the crowd, and they, they're viewing the crowd. They see two suspicious looking figures, and then jerk back to them. Turned out it was R-Truth and Carmella, hiding in plain sight. I'd say hiding. They were wearing very conspicuous outfits. R-Truth looked like a British redcoat, while Carmella was dressed like Charlie Chaplin. So, and that started the entire loser locker room pouring out there, chasing after R-Truth as he ran off. How did he get to LA? What happened with the crate? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? That's the one thing that bugged me about this 24/7 is what happened with the crate? Did they finally open him up? Anyway, next we had we had the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn show with special guest Baron Corbin. And he's like, well, I had to find somebody else to replace Elias, so I picked someone who can count the 1, 2, 3, and his name is EC3. EC3, he came out there wearing the stripes. He got to the ramp and he was laid out by Seth Rollins. And then Corbin's like, well, back to the drawing board. Time to hold auditions. Anyway, yeah. So, meanwhile, New Day come out there. And, they want a piece of Owens, Zayn, and Corbin. So, they're thinking to themselves, man, it'd be great to have a 3-on-3 match if only there was a referee to officiate it. And they picked up the murdered EC3 and basically, did the whole Weekend at Bernie's shenanigans, just have him bob up and down, just have him officiate the match. So that led to the New Day versus Corbin, Owens, and Zayn in a 2-out-of-3 falls match. Keep that match tight booked for a little bit. Oh yeah, they reference Weekend at Bernie's in the description. Yeah, I don't take show notes like Rod does. I pull up the website. Anyway, yeah, New Day won with a 2-0 victory. So, yeah. Next, we had a backstage segment that showed AJ Styles in the training room. He is, if rumors are to be believed, he is going to be ready by the show in Japan. The show in Japan, which, for those of you who hadn't seen it, one time only, Bullet Club rides again. AJ Styles, Gallows, Anderson, and not Finn Balor. They missed an opportunity to go with Finn Balor. But instead, their fourth member is the Game, Triple H. Yes, I get to add another club to my ranks.
You have already got DX and the Click and Evolution. Now I get to join Bullet Club, but not officially joined. I'm scared of that top tongue fella. He may just yell curse words at me that I'm not ready to hear.
Yes, it will be AJ Styles, Gallows, Anderson, and Triple H taking on Corbin, Booty Booty Lashley, McIntyre, and I think they said Elias. I don't know. It's kind of hooray! Look at all these Bullet Club guys, and
In the game, Triple H. Get to be like cool dad up this shit.
gonna be the four of them taking on a heel team of who gives flying and fuck. Even though one of those guys is Drew McIntyre. Stop bringing this man's stock down. Anyway, back to Raw. Backstage segment. AJ Styles in training room. He's talking with Gallows and Anderson, who they're doing their doctor, joke. AJ starts building them up, and it's just like the best tag team in WWE. Well, the Usos. And then he just tells them that he's putting them on blast for being complacent, being way too comfortable. They're losing matches, that they're not the once respectable tag team. And so that leads to this match. Usos versus Gallows and Anderson, and commentary mentioned without mentioning Bullet Club. It's kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I'm saying without saying? They mentioned Bullet Club. They mentioned IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Mentioned New Japan. Well, they can say IWGP Heavyweight. They can say IWGP. Before the belt name. They just can't mention promotions. Like they can also say NWA without mentioning the. Well, I don't know. I don't think they can say NWA title. I think they have to, whatever. They can mention the belt if it's not the same as the promotion. Like IWGP is no way similar to NJPW. Anyway, Usos versus Good Brothers, the club. Usos won because Carl Anderson threw up one too many too sweets. Next. Throughout the show, Shane O'Mac was having a party for him and his crew. Him, McIntyre, and the Revival, the current Raw Tag Team Champions. Is champagne, lobster, and I think sushi. I don't know. It was seafood, and I'm not a seafood guy. Closest to seafood I like is shrimp. Anyway, there was one segment where Heath Slater walked in and basically asked Shane for a raise. And Shane, his reply is, I respect the fact that you summed up the balls to come in here and ask me that. Answer is no. No. Go. Private party. And then Shane O'Mac then tells McIntyre to take care of it. So then McIntyre follows Slater out while Slater's talking, I want to say, to his wife on the phone. And McIntyre's like, we've been through some times. I got some cash to help you out. And Heath's just like, no, man, you don't have to do this. I'm good. You don't have to do this. McIntyre drops the money. Slater drops the phone, and Slater's like, you know what? I got this. Right as he ducks down, McIntyre just kind of donkey punches his face into the shipping containers beside him. And then he just lays into Slater. Shane comes out to break it up. Revival come out there to pick up the dollar bills, yo. And then we fast forward to Roman Reigns coming out there, cutting a promo, talking about Shane and McIntyre. And then the camera from inside the private suite, we should say. Shane O'Mac says some stuff. McIntyre says some stuff that involves Roman's kids. Roman's just like, all right, that tears it. He just walks off while McIntyre is ranting and just beeline straight for this private suite. He's within eye shot of the suite. Revival come out there. He beats them both down. Goes in there, beats up on McIntyre, puts him through the table. Starts, wailing on Shane as he's crawling to the ring. Lays him out with a Superman punch and a Superman spear. I'm sorry, a spear. So, yeah. Next, we had tag team action from the women's division. We had those women's tag team division belts finally put on the line as Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross took on the Ironics. Those idiots aren't here to play off of. Whatever. Earlier in the night, Alexa Bliss gave Nikki Cross a title opportunity. Said, "Oh, you're gonna be my tag team partner out there." Yeah, and she's basically going on this tirade about how, oh, Bayley did this or Bayley said that. Again, this is still better than their initial feud. Anything that isn't Bayley, this is your life. We're good. We're good. Anyway, Bayley came out there to watch the action unfold. Come back from commercial and basically Alexa Bliss started, jaw jacking at Bayley. Bayley then just kind of stopped Bliss from breaking up the Iconics pinfall. Iconics retained the belt thanks to the inadvertent assistance of Bayley. After then, Bayley tried to wave off, all this false accusation when Nikki Cross declared she is going to be in Alexa Bliss's corner at Stomping Grounds. Next, we'll talk about that at the end of the show, after the SmackDown recap, because it happened on SmackDown too. Anyway, next we had, in the main event, well, before we get to the main event, we had we had Paul Heyman coming out there. Basically, is he here? Is he not here? Will he cash in? Won't he? Is he here? Is he not here? Will he? Won't he? Seth Rollins came out there, chair in hand. Paul Heyman decided to back off wisely. Also earlier in the night, Seth Rollins' chair claims another victim as Baron Corbin and Eric Young were chatting backstage. Corbin walks off, and Seth Rollins, comes up to Eric Young. Eric Young was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I said I consider. I did not say I accept. Seth was like, we've been friends a long time. I'll give you a pass. And right as Eric Young walked a little ways past Rollins lays him out with the chair. So yeah, bring the victim count up to 3 as far as Monday Night Raw is concerned. Anyway, in the main event we had Universal Champion Seth Rollins taking on one half of the Planet's Tag Team Champions, Daniel Bryan, in a thrilling contest. Anyway, yeah, apparently there was a whole lot of shenanigans that caused for the match to be already started with everybody kicked out ringside. I didn't watch this match. I was at work by the time this match happened. Anyway, yeah, Seth Rollins beat Daniel Bryan with the stomp. Afterwards, Corbin came out with his chair, started tenderizing Rollins with it. So yeah, Seth Rollins pretty much won the standing tall at the end of this show. Move on to SmackDown. We started the show off with the New Day and their plans for damn it, I forget what they said, but it was basically like a damn it, it was a real funny line. It's basically the PG-13 and older crowd. Biggie was about to go on this fun tirade of what he was going to do. All we know is it involved a slip slide. But then out came Dolph Ziggler, who did the it should have been me, but at Stomping Grounds, it's gonna be May. You know, shtick. It's coming off as whiny now. It's not like impassioned. It's just whiny. Maybe it was always whiny, and we were just oblivious to it. Anyway, yeah. After Dolph Ziggler put in his whiny bit for the night, he took on Xavier Woods. They put on a great match. Suddenly, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, beat down Kofi and Big E. Referee threw all four men out, and Dolph Ziggler beat Xavier Woods clean as a whistle. Yeah. Next, we had next we had a moment of sorry, I'm trying to recap this shit. It's Friday morning and SmackDown was a couple of days ago. Anyway, next we had a moment of bliss with Blessy Baby's special guest, the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. And basically, Alexa Bliss is grilling her with all these accusations. You were always so nice. You were nice to everyone but me in NXT. Blah. Blah 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 blah. You refused to take a picture with a girl because she was wearing a Nikki Cross t-shirt. Allegations. Hence, allegations and things left unsaid. Anyway, basically, Bayley called Alexa an entitled princess. This is direct quote: entitled princess who doesn't deserve a damn thing. Yeah, she dropped the D word, and not that D word we hate on the channel. She said, "Damn." Now we're just a couple of inches away from "you ain't shit." That's still her defining moment. You ain't shit. That was great. Afterwards, there was a big kerfuffle when Bliss and Bayley were blindsided. Bliss still took a cheap shot at Bayley. So, yeah. Nikki Cross will be in Alexa Bliss's corner at Stomping Grounds. I want to call it Battlegrounds and Backlash at the same time. Anyway, next, we had Heavy Machinery taking on the B Team. No, no, no. Of course, Heavy Machinery won. Afterwards, Seth Rollins beat down both Axel and Dallas after the match, so bringing his victim count up to 5 at this point. 5. There was a segment backstage. There we go. I was trying to find my words. There was a segment backstage which showed members of the loser locker room auditioning to be Corbin's special guest referee. People of said locker room included one Matt Hardy and one Shelton Benjamin, who we'll get back to in a minute. Matt Hardy came out and all he said was, "Senor Benjamin?" Yeah, just a little wink and a nod. Next, we had more Shane O'Mac. Forget what I said on the other video about suddenly seeing more Shane O'Mac. I want to see significantly less of him. Anyway, he came out there basically saying he's great. McIntyre's going to pummel Roman at Super Showdown, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Miz comes out there and basically he goes real meta with this. Because basically he said, you know, you promised change when you first came in. You promised this, that, and the other. And what you've become is all my fault. You know, he gets real meta with it. And Shane O'Mac's just like, you know what? How about this? You take on Elias and McIntyre with a tag team partner that you can find in the next 10 seconds. You know, he's counting down, and R-Truth suddenly pops out of nowhere, and Miz just looks at him and goes, "Truth?" And so it's official, the one night only reunion of the well-deserved, underrated, awesome Truth. For one night only. Which led straight into this tag team match. It was a tag team elimination match. R-Truth got beat early on. He got pinned, he got beat early on. Afterwards, a whole cavalcade of the loser locker room started making a beeline for the ring to take the 24/7 championship. Shelton Benjamin grabs the belt, does a couple of laps around the ring before he's told that they need to pin R-Truth. Giving R-Truth enough time to take the title back and run. Meanwhile, back in the ring, yeah, Miz got beat out. Yeah, Awesome Truth, they lost. Meanwhile, R-Truth is on his way out, trying to, get the hell out of, they were in California for that night, weren't they? Yeah, they were in Ontario. Anyway, he was trying to get the hell out of, California. California, California, love. Anyway, he was getting the hell out of Dodge. Gets into a SUV, pulls up. Referee steps out and goes, "You're an Uber?" And he's looking for Carmella. He turned around. There's Carmella. And he's like, "Carmella, come on, let's go." Wig comes off, and it's Drake Maverick. He rolls up R-Truth for the win, takes the title, takes the car. Referee's like, "Hey, it's my car." Maverick's just like, "I'm getting married." Drives off, and he leaves his prosthetic chest behind. Meanwhile, R-Truth is sitting there on the pavement wondering, Carmella's getting married? Why am I not invited? It's all around good stuff. Next. Earlier in the night, KO and Zayn incensed that they were, that they were wild card guests on SmackDown, and they were treated so badly. So Shane O'Mac decided to put them in a tag team match. It was Rollins and Kingston taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a, wait for it, 2 out of 3 falls. That's the best you can come up with. Whatever. Yeah. Kingston and Rollins won straight out. Because right as the bell rings, Kofi hits a Trouble in Paradise. Rollins bumps Owens off the side. 1-0 out the gate. But yeah, the champions hit 2-0 lead to close out SmackDown. And before we go, one thing we got to talk about. 3 words. Actually, I think it's 2 words. Yeah, 2 words. Firefly Funhouse. Ooh boy. This one went off the rails quick. Because episode starts off with Bray Wyatt watering his plants and go, ideas. I like plants, man. Listen, it's a metaphor. Ideas are like plants. You know, they need light, dirt, water to grow, man. You know, some of them other plants inspire ideas, man. But, you know, some ideas are bad ones. It's got worms in them. You know, referencing that match between him and Orton at WrestleMania. But you remember, man, all you gotta do is join us. Started taking a serious and dark tone as he got cultaholic with it and just kept saying, join us. Even little puppets kept saying, join us. And then he turned into the Fiend, and then it just, I don't know. Visuals got all batshit crazy with it, and yeah, basically they messed around with the Muscle Man dance song. It was really cryptic. I loved it. It was great. Which means we are closer and closer to the in-ring re-debut of one Bray Wyatt. I honestly can't wait. I hope he's got a little bit of diversity in his arsenal, something new, something exciting to shake things up. Anyway, that is 3 count heading into Stomping Grounds. Again, no 3 count for next week. No paper review for next week. But if you want an opinion of Raw and Smackdown and the network stuff from us, remember, Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime on the CastBox app. Go give him a listen. He talks about all sports. Talks about baseball, football, hockey. He doesn't do MMA. He also does wrestling. I'm sure he'll be talking about the draft. You know, the NBA draft. Given that just happened and a lot of people are on that Zion kid. Anyway, that being said, I'm War Machine MJ of the 3 Count Mafia, and I will see you guys then.